I'm back from London just in time to watch Meghan Markle's damage control completely explode in her face. Welcome to Popcorn Palace. I am Andy Signor, back in studio from such an amazing trip in London. And before we get to this story, there's a lot to report on. I have to first thank everybody who came out to that pub out there. Oh my gosh, we had such a nice time. It was so lovely meeting you all. And we will be doing it again, I promise. We had so much fun. Thank you so much for being so nice to me and my wife. We actually were out there shooting as well. You can follow along in some of our photos. I'm so excited to present this documentary. I talked to some amazing people. Stay tuned. You're not going to miss it. So a lot is coming, but I'm glad to be back. Safe in the storm. Thanks everybody who was checking on me there as well. But I wanted to come back and report on all this that I missed, which was this fallout from the bullying report. So it's getting even worse. It is getting worse. Now, before we get to the worst, let's go to where Meghan Markle decided to respond in Us Weekly. Because this Hollywood Reporter piece caused so much damage, which it really did. It caused a lot of damage for Meghan. She had to do something to combat it. So she decided to go to Us Weekly. Now, as someone who knows the trades and the Hollywood trades here, Us Weekly is nowhere near as prestigious as the Hollywood Reporter. This isn't an industry magazine. This is a gossip rag. So for her to not even get like People or someone better than this is kind of shocking and embarrassing to me. But let's see. They do get some staff members on record, on name. Let's go through what happened here. So toxic workplace accusations, et cetera, et cetera. Several current and former staffers paint a different picture to us. Ben Browning, their former head of content, who was responsible for getting their Harry and Meghan documentary on Netflix before leaving after his contract expired, says his experience at the company and with Meghan and Harry was positive and supportive. We all continue to be friends. The narratives we've seen suggesting the contrary are untrue. Now, he's just saying his experience, and he wants to work again in Hollywood. You got to keep in mind, that is such a common thing. People don't always just talk out of turn in Hollywood, especially if you're a lower end person who needs to work with celebrities. It is imperative that you go out there defending celebrities, even if you don't like them, because a celebrity doesn't want to see you talking out of turn if they want to hire you. They want to see you supporting and be loyal. When you're out there sharing secrets, and like Meghan and Harry do, or sharing DMs and doing all this stuff, you become someone that can't be trusted, and people don't want to work with people like that. So of course these people are going to now go on record to play nice, and they're not going above and beyond. We continue to be friends. It was positive and supportive. That's not glowing. One-time Chief of Staff Catherine St. Laurent tells us that the couple remained close. This time I spent working with Harry and Meghan was incredibly meaningful to me. Okay, so she's friendly with them. Of course they're going to get along with some of their employees that enjoyed it. Josh Kettler, whose August departure as Chief of Staff sparked more negative press, says he was warmly welcomed by both Harry and Meghan and the Archewell team during his stint. They are dedicated and hardworking. It was impressive to witness. This guy wants to go work as the chief of staff for other people and tell positive press. You think Josh Kettler's going to say no comment or something negative? You got to remember, when these people are asked by Harry and Meghan, which clearly they were, and if they give no comment, that's just as bad as saying a bad comment. So they have to say something professional, in my view, is what's happening here in this piece as I read it. Ashley Hansen, global press secretary to the Duke and Duchess and the head of communications for Archewell, says her bosses couldn't have been more supportive. When she had to take some extended time off for a serious surgery, when I told them I was met with the kind of concern and care a parent would express if it was their own child. I was asked what I needed, how, and if they could help, and told take as much time as I needed. Harry and Meghan sent flowers and care packages, but most profoundly, Meghan would personally reach out to my husband daily to make sure that we were both okay and had support. It meant so much to him and even more to me. You don't realize how much that kind of kindness thought means until you need it. So, okay, good thing there. But again, this is a press secretary. Her job is to go out there and do positive press for her previous employers. Imagine if she was known as the person who worked for Harry and Meghan and then talked crap or said no comment. Again, it's hard to base all this as glowing, really factual stuff. There's a little doubt the company, which employs a small team of Archewell, normal hiccups, as they're calling it. Has some growing pains. Archwell is not unlike a startup. It's relatively young. Two things can be equally true. You can be a great leader and still have turnover. No boss or company is immune to that. Okay, sure. Adds a current employee who asked to remain anonymous. People leave at any company. They get new opportunities, change their careers, or feel their role isn't the right fit. There's also sometimes get let go. These decisions are part of doing business. Hansen maintains Meghan and Harry have no hard feelings towards anyone who's left. They want people to grow and have the opportunity, where that's within or eventually outside the company. How can you speak for everybody? Like, you're speaking for everybody who's left, that they have good experiences? Huge red flag that that's not true. Good vibes only. The current anonymous staffer also says the colleagues have been dumbfounded by the claims. Sure. It's clear where this type of commentary is coming from. It's likely made up from someone who's disgruntled. Browning tells us the narrative is simply predictable attempt at creating intrigue through sowing false conflict. The office culture is positive. It's the first company I've worked where I liked every person. Harry and Meghan picked the best of all the best from every field and watered the seeds for them to flourish. We have an enormous microscope on us, but good things are happening. Staffers outside the production team, which has an office in Hollywood, work remotely most of the time, including Harry and Meghan, who share an office at the Montecito home. They're never actually there, so even more telling that all these complaints came in. Occasionally, staffers will gather at the couple's mansion or meet at Soho Works. Team finds ways to work together in shared spaces. Blah, 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 blah. Baseball hats and yay, fun. During their weekly Zoom calls, Harry will chat casually with staffers. He's fun. He definitely takes the work seriously, but when a meeting starts, the first 5 or 10 minutes are pleasantries. How was your weekend? How's the construction going at your house? As a group, they go to happy hours and have holiday parties, planning a karaoke night. We're planning one. Okay, well, hasn't happened yet, though, has it? Because we have 2 people getting married on the team. So let's do a karaoke bar. Sweet gestures. Other acts of kindness. When I adopted my dog, the next day I had a luxury brand leash and new collar on my doorstep. Former staffer adds the parents-to-be are given brand new gifts and top-notch secondhand stuff from the couple themselves, like unused car seats. I would hope it's an unused car seat. Like a used car seat. Notice that they had to stress an unused car seat. Baby items they no longer need, including those unused car. That's why. Did they give you a used or unused car seat? During the Colombia trip, the Duke and Duchess texted a team leader to take everyone out for drinks. Because they make a ton of money. I hope they better be taking care of their employees. They want to take care of us. Meghan will do things like, you mentioned on the call, your skin is bothering you. I put together a kit for you. Montecito home, no one departs empty-handed. Whenever staff goes to their house, they leave with a basket full of fresh flowers, fresh fruit, fresh eggs. Well, guys, they're giving them eggs. All is well. They can't be the monsters we thought. They're giving their people fresh eggs for driving all the way out to Montecito for a useless meeting that they could have done on Zoom. Look, this is a puff piece. She's known for giving credit where it's due and blah, 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 blah. Of course this is PR. They're on the defense, of course, because this is a bad look. Former CEO turned lifelong friend. They're out there spinning all that they can to show that everything said in here by these sources is false. But here's the problem. Now, in allowing the other people to come forward, more people are coming forward and more former employees are calling her a demon boss, and they recall psycho moments. Guys, even Newsweek is talking about how this is a smoking crater on her reputation. This is Newsweek, which typically puts out a lot of positive places, including Jack Royston, who's writing an article exploiting and showing all the bad stuff. She risks being seen as the enemy of the staffers who are fleeing because of this devastating operation, he told Newsweek. Unnamed sources, as we mentioned in a Hollywood Reporter, Meghan's team mounted a counterattack and us with staff members going on record to defend her. And it all comes in the back of long-standing accusations that Meghan bullied 2 PAs out of Kensington Palace, which she's long denied, but was proven to be true. Eric Schiffer, chair of reputation management, told Newsweek the saga would be damaging to Meghan despite the counter-narrative. Meghan's challenges are immense because this is now a pattern of behavior outside of Britain that calls into question a level of horrible incompetence in leadership. Facts. She's now seen as the enemy of staffers who are fleeing because of the devastating environment, none of which is good for Meghan when she is still recovering from the reputational damage from across the pond. These are current allegations, which what it says is that she's either painfully deluded about her own behavior or there's a series of people who are choosing to lie to reporters, which doesn't seem to ring as true. This scandalabra she's facing is not just a smoking crater on her reputation, but now begins to draw into question her judgment and her ability to control herself and her behavior. Yikes. This is Newsweek we're reading this in. Source blamed Meghan's behavior for high turnover churn rate. Because it's the new company. They fight back. The more significant contributions came from the couple's current press secretary, as they detailed. We went through them. Anyway, the Meghan's pushback is textbook crisis management, where she will leverage staffers that may have a different perspective or loyalty to her. Facts. That will allow her to reshape the narrative somewhat versus just one side where there's no pushback. Either way, having a second set of allegations outside of Britain where shows there's now a pattern is like a plague for her when she's trying to show none of the original allegations were true. Patterns begin and then creates questions that go into character, and that is dangerous at a time when she is trying to ensure her personal brand and together as a couple is one that could be looked at in an elevated fashion. So, facts. That's exactly the right word, an elevated fashion. That's what they're always trying to make themselves look at, and it's not working. She is a demon when the worm turns, former stuff says, and they've called her a narcissist. It just gets uglier and uglier. This is a bad look. There were definitely very bad, even psycho moments I witnessed. People being chewed up in person and over the phone and made to feel like S. But it was incredibly fraught time, and I'm inclined to give her the benefit of the doubt. She has said herself she was suicidal at times. This is a person who's like supporting her, admitting how bad it got. How bad it got. In fact, where's that worm quote? I'll make sure I give you the last. She is lovely when it's all going her way, but a demon when the worm turns. Another source told the Daily Beast, this is after a florist that was screamed down at the phone for an hour and a half after they posted insignificant details about the bouquet they were working on for Meghan. They vowed never to work with her again, despite the prestige. I guess this is different we did know about this from the wedding. Prestige of having her as a client. If you were working for her, you were often treated like a tradesman who could be treated like S. Guys, there's too much smoke here. There's a lot of accusations, and I've spoken to some people behind the scenes. She doesn't treat her own family or friends well. You think she's treating her staff better than her own father? I mean, this is a pattern of people in her wake, real people, not just disgruntled employees or people who got let go or people who have a bone to pick with her. These are real people, her dad, her friends, serious staff members. This is a bad look, Meghan. This is not good. This Us Weekly puff piece is not going to cut it. Nice attempt to spin things, but not buying it. Are you? What do you guys think? Do you think we're going to get more as it comes? Hit that subscribe, hit that button for all alerts, and smash that like button because, yes, we're getting more. Part of what I did while I was out in London was speaking to the experts and some people who knew her. So stay tuned. More is coming. This project, as I can reveal and get more to you, you're going to be so excited about. Can't wait to bring more. We got so much more coming for you for In the Palace. Hit that subscribe and stay tuned for more.